In this episode, we're going to talk about something we rarely ever do. We're going to talk about us.
Don't worry, we're going to keep it really short. We're going to tell you a little bit about our history. That may explain how we got into the whole video thing and onto the Wanderlost Overland thing. And then we'll talk to you a little bit about what we have going on right now, our projects, and then a little bit about what we have planned for the future.
Before we get started on us, we'd like to thank all of our viewers and especially our subscribers on YouTube. Your comments are very insightful and helpful, and we love interacting with you.
It helps us to come up with ideas that you like and that you're looking for.
And our followers on Facebook, it's great to have that personal interaction with you. And to all of our Instagram friends, the community's grown so fast. I think what I really like the most about it is that we can interact while we're on trips.
Now, a little bit about our history. My dad would save up all his vacation time and take a month and a half in the summer, load all of us kids and mom into, we started out with like a 65 Ford truck with a makeshift, well, what it was a cattle rack. You farmers would know what a cattle rack is on the back of a truck. We took tarps, and that was our camper. Then we graduated up to a 1970 Ford 3/4 ton truck. And then they made this cool camper on the back of that one out of 1/4-inch plywood, a full-size camper, 1/4-inch plywood and 2x2s with cabinets inside and a bed and everything. And we traveled all over the country in that thing.
My parents took me to Disney World once.
We're making up for that now. And during all this, we would attend all these programs and such at the national parks and state parks and that, and there was always some ranger there, you know, with the uniform on and the Smokey the Bear hat. And I always thought, and watching The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights, and they would always talk about nature and stuff, and there'd be a ranger with the Smokey the Bear hat on, and I thought that would be so cool to be a ranger someday and be able to help people get out into the wilderness or into nature. And well, you know, that didn't happen. But I still do want one of the Smokey the Bear hats. We need to get Smokey the Bear hats. If you know where we can find Smokey the Bear hats, in the comments below, let us know. Then in my teen years, I got away from going with my parents and got really heavily into cars, muscle cars and street racing. Then I got into a lot of trouble with cars and street racing, then got into stock car racing, then met Mary, got married, discovered I couldn't afford to go stock car racing anymore, and that's when I went back to camping and took Mary and our young daughter, our newborn daughter, out camping.
And then we got into backpacking and wilderness canoe camping.
Yes, yeah, we spent a good part of our 30 plus years married into wilderness canoeing in northern Manitoba, Ontario, all over the U.S. Some of the most remote places you could ever think of going, where we would go and be traveling down a river and not see anybody, a single soul, for a week or two at a time. And throughout the whole time that we were doing the whole wilderness canoeing thing, we took a lot of photographs, and then digital video became affordable, and we got into that. And we started showing friends and family what we produced, and that led into us forming a company called Morale River Films, where we did video guidebooks, we did commercials for gear producers, and event promotions and such. We did that for close to 10 years, and then that grew to something much more than what we ever expected it to, and so we kind of got out of it, and we were gone out of that for about a year or so, and then
Mark needed a project.
I got really bored, so it was her idea to get started on building up the FJ Cruiser that we have, and putting together a channel on that build, and that was called Mark and Mary's FJ Cruiser Build. That was the original name for our video channel. on YouTube. And then a couple of years of that, we knew that we were going to buy the 4Runner. So we took a chance and we changed our name on our YouTube and Facebook also, from Mark and Mary's FJ Cruiser Build to
Wanderlost
Overland. And now to the present.
Phase 1 is almost complete with the 4Runner, making it off-road capable.
Yeah, we have the lift, the tires, the bumpers, the sliders. We have a set of skid plates coming from RCI. We have some rock lights, disco lights from HID Kit Pros that we're going to be putting on really soon in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. And we need a roof rack. That'll pretty much cover the exterior. There has been talk about a overland trailer build, but to be honest with you, we already have a trailer build in progress right now. We've been working on it for the last year and a half. It's nothing like what you think it is. Tell you what, go to Mark and Mary's, what's it called, Vintage Camper Rebuild?
Something like that.
Something like that. Go there and you'll see what we've been working on there. It's a fun project too. And now, into the future.
So coming up, we're planning to put a fridge inside. It'd be really nice not to have to go buy ice every time we go out.
Yes.
We're a pull-out drawer system, a navigational tablet.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
No more maps.
Right. Well, you'll still have maps.
I'll still have maps, because she can't read a map.
I don't like maps.
And I don't know how to run a GPS, so we're still wandering lost, apparently.
So, also, just creature comforts to make it a little more homey when we're out on the road.
Yeah, and for trips we have planned, this year alone, we still have, we have the White Rim Trail out in Canyonlands in Utah. That'll be a great trip.
In the FJ Summit.
In the FJ Summit in Ouray, Colorado, where we do all kinds of trails up in the high elevations there. And then we have the Appalachian Toyota Roundup in August. That'll be a multi-day event that we'll be attending. And
Core.
And Core. It's KOAR. It's a new overlanding event that's being held in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's in September. And we're going to have all kinds of other stuff in between there and around there, traveling all over the place. So stay tuned for all that. Now looking even further into the future, I've got my eye on the Trans-Labrador Highway in northern Quebec and Labrador, and then down the east coast in New Brunswick and into Maine and back. I'd love to get back into the Black Hills again. That's always fun. Northern Canada looks awfully inviting. The Southwest, of course, has all kinds of things to offer down there.
Maybe someplace with a warm sandy beach.
Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, thanks to all of you that have been making comments and suggestions and that we've been talking to over these years. We're going to keep going as long as we can with this, and I hope you stick with us.
We look forward to it. We'd really like to thank all of our sponsors for your support on this build.
Yeah, you've been, we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And all of your expertise and the technical information that you passed on to us made installations super easy. And thank you for making such great products, because we hear horror stories of lesser quality products. You know, people go to put them on and the bolt holes don't line up, or it's missing parts, all this and that. But
or it breaks down in the field.
That even worse, yes. So thank you.
Thank you
for making such great products.